Hey guys, this is Sarah Elena. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to tell you why did I move to Costa Rica. So you may have been watching this channel, I don't know how long, maybe you just got on here, but you've seen that I've been producing content about moving to Costa Rica for years now. And I don't often really tell my story on here about why I actually moved, because it was probably not all the well thought out reasons that you're thinking about doing it. So I'm going to tell you about why I moved and how I actually ended up staying. So I graduated from college. I had my degree in social work. I've been working kind of something at least since I was about 13 years old. I'd always been doing something. So after, going through university, getting out, going into the normal person workforce again, but in my actual profession as a social worker, about that January after I graduated, I said, is this it? Like, is this what my rest of my life's gonna be like? So I kind of started getting that itch of, I want to go do something with myself. I want to go do something with my life. And mind you, this was almost 9 years ago, which is crazy when I think about, how long I've actually been down here now. But I had this itch to go do something. I'd actually thought about Australia. I thought, oh, well, they speak English, but it's still a foreign country. And then I realized that their visa options are actually not super favorable. And it's not that I could just go move there and get a job. And neither can you in Costa Rica either. So I was talking with some friends. My friend's sister and her husband were down in Costa Rica, and they were just telling me how magical it was. It's magical. It's amazing. You have to come here. It's, they honestly were talking about it like it was the most magical place that ever existed in the whole wide world. So I said, I looked at the flight times and I saw, okay, well, it's not that far. I moved from Virginia, and I Googled a picture. I Googled Costa Rica on the internet. I saw a picture of a beautiful white sand beach, and I said, all right, I'm in. I want to do this. So in January, the thought had definitely sparked. I wasn't totally decided on it, but in the months that followed, the interest kept growing, and I really just got to that point where I felt like I need a change. I need to go do something with my life. Now, at that point was the perfect time in my life to be doing something like that. I didn't own a home. I, could sell a car. I could let my lease go up on my apartment. So that's actually when I did end up moving, was when my lease was up. So I didn't have all these crazy logistics. Unfortunately, my cat had passed away, a few months prior to that. So I didn't have any crazy logistics. I was in a position where I could just pack 2 bags and go fly to a foreign country and just go see what happens. So that's actually how I did end up doing it. I let my friends and family know in June of 2015 that I was going to be moving. And then I had moved by, the first few days of September of 2015. Which now looking back definitely does seem pretty crazy. Bless my family for supporting me through that time. Of course, they had a lot of questions and they were definitely very concerned. Everyone that I knew definitely thought, okay, it's just a phase. It's just a phase. She'll come back. She's just going on a little adventure. But here we are, now almost 9 years later. Again, a year after moving, I got pregnant, became a single parent. Worked online, ended up starting this business, again, sort of by accident, by this YouTube channel, which I made for fun because I was actually kind of depressed at the time, to be honest with you. So that's how really all of this started, and that's how I originally moved to Costa Rica. I went through a lot of trials and tribulations, which I've talked about in some of my videos as well. It has not been an easy journey. I have struggled. It's definitely not that you move and everything's going to be sunshine and rainbows. It is an absolute roller coaster, and there are a lot of things, that you do have to figure out. So I guess I say that I kind of moved to Costa Rica a little bit by chance, and it turned out to be a really good country for me. With me, I didn't do any research. I absolutely should have. This is why I teach people what I do, because I did face a lot of challenges because I didn't do the proper research or preparing for actually moving to a country, to a foreign country. I didn't prepare really financially. I didn't prepare mentally, emotionally, but somehow it all did turn out fine. And I want to share with you why I've stayed in the country. So some of the reasons why I've stayed in the country, well, the people here are, for me, the people are absolutely amazing. Costa Ricans just have a really wonderful culture. They're very family oriented. They're warm, they're welcoming. For me, it was kind of hard not to like it. I mean, the people here are absolutely incredible. So that really did make a big difference as to why I stayed. I met amazing, Costa Ricans here. I met amazing people who had also moved or people that were just traveling. The food was another big one. I feel like I've been eating cleaner. I've been able to stay healthier while living here throughout, these 9 years, to be honest, because, well, the food is really excellent here. And a lot of people do have a lot of good things to say about the food when they do visit as well. And of course, another thing would be the beautiful nature and nice weather all year round. I love that. I mean, I love that I don't like the cold. I was born in Russia. I was not made for the cold at all. So for me, this weather is excellent. But I do talk about in some of my challenges that there are some challenges with the weather as well. But overall, I love the weather. And there's kind of a different climate in different parts of the country that, if you don't want to be steaming hot right by the beach, you don't have to be. There's other great mountainous areas that have really like springtime weather all year round. And, one of the other reasons why I've stayed has really just been that pura vida, that lifestyle that people do come for. It's laid back. It's a slower pace. I feel like like I said, the culture here has really good values about valuing your health and wellness, taking things a little bit slow, valuing time with family and friends. And that's something that I've also, for me, I guess I feel like the cultural values that I found here were more in alignment with me as well and kind of what I preferred. So this is just a little bit of a background story of how I ended up moving to Costa Rica. And despite what I do now, with helping people plan out their moves and, through our programs that we have, mine was definitely not planned out the way that we plan others. So what I try to do is I've kind of been the guinea pig through a lot of these situations and experiences here in the country so that hopefully you don't face some of the challenges that I did. And if you are going to be moving to Costa Rica, please definitely check out the rest of this channel. Go over, check out my website. We have one-on-one services, which are, if you really want someone there by your side the whole time, we do that. I came out with a new Do-It-Yourself Move to Costa Rica e-course. That's if you're more of a do-it-yourselfer, but you want access to all of our, reputable contacts and resources that we have and our expert advice. And we do scouting trips and we got retreats. And it's been great. So anything moving to Costa Rica, we're definitely your one-stop shop. Just wanted to share a little bit about, my background and how I actually ended up moving here. And yeah, it was pretty much because someone told me it was amazing and beautiful and wonderful. And I saw a picture of a white sand beach. So it's nothing crazy, fancy, or that interesting. And looking back, it was probably a little bit crazy. Show my little guests who've been making all this noise in the background. You've been making all the noise in the background? You and Crystal? They always pick the time when I'm doing my videos to make the most noise and get the craziest. Too, you get crazy right when I'm doing my videos. Yes, you do. All right, guys, see you in the next video.